take care about mind state. Culture is a virus to itself, and foam rolling and paida lajin and kemetic yoga. Was it 1 year ago? 1.5, 2 years? I mean, what is time basically? I was sitting here, go back in my videos and figure out that nothing really changes in my own perspective. But even that, I mean, I tend to do the same shit over and over again, because that's the truth, that's the source. I was like, I mean, at least to me, but maybe it might be a good idea to get away from source and be like, oh, we do it differently, and we dig the hole deeper into a certain program. But I don't know, this is so funny to me. So yeah, I was sitting here and talking about paida and foam rolling. Now today I was foam rolling again, and it felt so good. Let me tell you this. So that's why I'm here now again, mirroring myself in the beautiful fractals of the universe, and tell you that I'm mobile. I'm mobile again. Oh, look at my freaking black coffee teeth. That's nasty. I just become more open and being myself in this freaking grid game, yo. It's not like that everybody keeps more isolating themselves. This one, this idiot who's talking to himself, but it's like, literally, this is all very, I don't know, empty, or like bizarre. It's crazy. Once you really tap into your own source and you feel what you do is the truth. I feel that what I do is the truth. And it's like how our brains basically operate. Is it like I should show you how you should operate, or how you should move your avatar? But no, it's more about your mind. It's more about your mind, because your mind is structuring this culture mirror. And that's why it's important to take care about your mind state, yo. You want to see the tiger? You see him? There he is. He literally stands there. But no, of course, like all these graffitis and these signs of nature, they are crazy. Like, I don't know, am I the crazy one? Am I the crazy one who sees all of these things, and now I just start to talk about it because my brain is just like functioning? But I feel like I have to numb myself down, because otherwise I just see all of this shit which is literally going on. But I talk about it and it's like, okay, what does it change? It does change a lot. A lot of people get the information if they would like to have it. I'm not pushing that onto anybody. Should I then consciously like destroy myself? No, that's not intelligent either way. So just what I do is the most brilliant thing that I could ever do, because I do things which give me joy. It's like I just speak truth. I am truth. I am the truth. It's like, oh, is there a universal truth? Yeah. that's true. That is the universal truth right in your face. It's like, I'm Hercules, yo. It's like, you just have to see, you look out of your own window all the freaking time. You look into your consciousness. So I look into my consciousness. So I have to find out what is the most important thing, you know? Like, everyone's my brother here. Everyone's my sister. That's how it is, you know? But did I fucked up my consciousness so hard? Yes, probably. So time to correct it. Time to correct the freaking shit that I've done to myself. Oh, look at the sky, yo. Look at it. Beautiful, huh? Cheers. So I know also it's a, you know, it's imprinted in the human design what you basically resonate with, how your journey is going to be fulfilled, if you reach consummation or not. Even that, like, if you get in contact with the truth, with the original sources, with the original things, truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. And I know, like, from the shaman perspective, from the time emitter, timekeeper perception, Falun Dafa, Falun Gong is also a cult. It's a cult. It's the paradox, because I said that culture is the virus to itself. You hear that? But I'm the blank transport. I know about the resonation laws, you know, like, if you, and like, well, if you get into what Falun Dafa is, you will find out that, I mean, it's part of my mad elixir that I produced. Out of all the things that I combined, this is my character that I just, like, played out, you know. I mean, hey, it's something. It's something that I can give to the world, but this game either way is so ridiculous. It's very bizarre. And you think, like, you know, talk to yourself and you're like, well, talk to somebody else. I mean, yes, that's, like I said, that's intelligent, but most beings, because they have not been doing things for themselves, they have not been constructing for themselves, they have not been doing maybe even like drugs on themselves, because they were like, oh no, we go out and we do that with somebody else. Yeah, that's the misconception here. Because if you would understand certain things for yourself, you would just operate with everything in a much different way. You would just be like, yo, you know, that's how it works for you, but that doesn't mean it should work like this for me. And because we are, I explained that to you, we are the mirrors of culture, and we keep pushing certain constructs over and over again into existence because that's how we think it is. So even like these videos, they're like, okay, they're a diary to myself, you know. They're like, yo, this is what my goof brain thinks is good to the world. This is what I like, what I produce for all of you, you know. But I said, everything is mine, all is mine. So if all is mine, and you get to that realization, you really start to understand, like, well, I produce my environment, I produce what I see, because and I know I am powerful. I change the mirrors to the degree that I can do it. But also I know it's about that beings start to realize, well, we are all in this together. And if you start to really understand that, then we can only realize that we are going to change this only in a collective. So we collect, right? Like in a church, and then it's about, well, we are one gigantic body. That's it. We are one gigantic body. Sounds so mystical, right? Sounds so crazy. Yeah. Did you know that this is the reason why tolerance is so important? Did you know that? And that it's important that you be compassionate with yourself, that you have self-love, and that when you have these values, you start to remember your own truth. And if you're going to do that, then you start to mirror your consciousness out, and then you start to change the mirrors that you perceive. And that's why I'm producing these mirrors, because this is my freaking most truthful mirror that I could ever be. And this mirror is myself. Welcome. But I see, who would listen to this crazy guy sitting on a freaking bench talking to himself and try to give you the most sourced original truth to uplift this whole thing into what? Like, all right, I mean, change society. Change society. You know, is that like? Yeah, you could have only grown yourself. I mean, then you mirror yourself out. Like, seriously, I don't like. What should I do over here? Take care about others, like, even more. That's what I do, you know, because. But I also have to take care about myself, because if I not take care about myself, how could I ever be there for others? You know, but like, this is because maybe I'm just so traumatized that I just have to constantly be there for others. You know, like constantly, this Christ consciousness is like, hey, you know what? Like, do something for others. It's like, hey, you know, like, you get into the sacred space, you get into your own sacredness, and you start to remember who you really are. You get into the hoods, and you start to remember, well, I am a freaking god. That's how it is. And it sounds so crazy, because like most people are like, what? You were a god? Nah. What? I was like, well, in order to understand the concept of God, how would you ever be able to understand that when you not become God? It's impossible. You could never really understand God if you not become it. You can only, like, literally, how would you ever understand, not understand, because if you understand something, you stand under it. Most beings do not even understand language to that degree. They don't understand how spells work and what they do with your mind and brain. So, again, how would you understand the tree, for example, if you not become a tree? It's like, how would I become a tree? That's so weird. I mean, you have to like try to get as far away as from yourself, and then you literally become the thing that you observe. That's what basically meditation with open eyes is. You gaze into the thing. It's like, what is sun gazing? What is moon gazing? Gazing, like, you gaze into your freaking consciousness all the freaking time. That's what I do. You mirror your consciousness all the freaking time. Everybody does that. That's why we see it. Do I have to explain to you that one more time? Like, this is called your freaking black mirror. I don't take care about what kind of programs or what kind of like brand you have in there. This is your consciousness that you mirror yourself with. That's what it is, nothing else. So should I leave my city, my society, my place, my palace, because I'm like, okay, my consciousness changed, so then I get somewhere else? Yeah, I could do that. But I mean, like, I realized already so many things about myself that I know I never go anywhere because these trials are fooling. So what I'm giving you here is the code with language, the code with how you operate with spells in order to decode what you basically perceive. So like I said, we all mirror our own consciousness in the freaking black mirror, in the phones, in the ones. That's why we do this all together. And this is why I say take care about my mind space, my mind state, and my space. You know, like my space. You know that one? So Facebook. Instagrams. Yo, I mean, it's obvious. They even gave you, like, on the Netflix, they gave you the freaking series of Black Mirror. And basically, you know what's funny, like, how could I ever say that another consciousness exists? I realized all of this. Like, thank you. But still, probably, if I'm the only one here, which gets into, like, oh, he's becoming crazy. He thinks, like, nobody else is real and he's God. I mean, no. I know I operate all in here, but at the same time, I know, well, that's the freaking truth. And you have to really get to that perception and perspective in order to be like, yo, I mean, do your freaking best. Like, for real. Do it. Get into that mind space where you know, like, well, what is it? Again, like, flip around all of this, like this. Flip it around, and you don't freaking know what you see. I think, this is what I do with your consciousness. You know, like you do not understand anything anymore. You're just like, yo, this is freaking weird, all. And only then you can start to like get your shit together again and be like, okay, now new direction. Where should I go? But that's what I realized. Well, I just never really go anywhere. That's it. So the only thing that I might ever do is, like, be it, you know, be it, like BIT or what? You get it? Oh, this. But I know about also, you know, the human design and how, you see those fractals there? Like the human design and, like, it's all imprinted in ourselves, basically, you know, how we operate and what we do. So, because I know that, I mean, like, everybody plays their part in the game. That's cool, you know. I just play my part, you play your part. It's like, okay, it is what it is. Nothing else, nothing really changes. It's like, I still sit here, observe all of it, talk my shit about it. It's like, I mirror myself in it. I can only, like, what can I do? Words are mirrors. It's like, okay, I speak about it. I mean, I'm working with beings. I give what I can. So everybody does that, you know. So what should we, like, really, like, get into? It's happening, you know. Like, on the long run, it is happening. The change is happening, you know. So it's cool for me, you know. Let's talk about, like. We talk about something different, because word craftings equals world crafting. So we talk about, like, how to be happy, how to be a freaking dumb goof happy face, and talk shit in the black mirror. This is what I do, because you see, this is how you could basically would understand that I'm, like I said, this the most original source truth being in the whole freaking YouTube games. Because I am already in your tubes. I am already like real. Like, it does not get realer than this. It's like you make people shut up because literally they do not have to say anything. They do not. You know, it's like, it's crazy. You think in the first place, that's the problem. You think, and it's like, well, you know, I don't think, I know, I know. Wait, see, like, look, all of this is the snakes are still the snakes. You know, the consciousness is now it's starting to run again. You know, that's what the consciousness does. You know. Well, yeah, that's part of my journey, you know, to be just, you know, freaking true and be like, yo, whatever. And still, so many beings take care about, you know, these words, and it's like, I told you, I come from a perception and perspective. I don't freaking know your words. I don't know even these mirrors. So it's like all this shit that I'm producing on YouTube, you think that's freaking valuable? Yeah, you listen to what I say? That's freaking ridiculous. Like, what I say, I mean, that's just words. Like, words and mirrors. Still, everybody's opening up their mouths and be like, oh, sorry, I know this, I know that. It's like, don't you freaking get it? Don't you freaking get what's occurring with this? Don't you get it? It's like, oh, he said this, and but she said that, and the news is like, didn't you listen to the news? It's like, the news. It's like, it's fucking new. Didn't you know that? See, and it's like, okay. Well, in the first place, your consciousness is what's looking out. I mean, I can't even like close my freaking jacket. See, and I tried to explain something to you. I'm the most fucking retarded being in the whole fucking realm. I cannot even close my freaking jacket with one freaking damn finger. It's like, what is wrong with me? See, oh, come on. No, yeah, here we go. All right. So, see, and it's like, everything is mind. So if you in your whole freaking retarded life would not ever stand up for yourself one time, and it's not about any materials, but it's about that you get your freaking mind together, that you get in your headspace, and you start to remember what is really occurring and what this really is, and then you become this fucking retard who is continuously talking to himself in order to give other beautiful beings their own capacity again to rethink what is really occurring. What is occurring? The truth is that, I may have to say that one more time, that we all do this with our minds. Because we support certain things with our mind constructs. We're like, oh yeah, this is what it is because... Yeah, why? Didn't you freaking know why it is? It is like that because you, in the first place, listened to what you've been told. But you have to understand that it is all you. This is why it's important to get into consequences, and to get into consequences that you have to mirror yourself in. It's like, what is he even talking about? You have to get into words you have to get into practices like paida lajin, which is you do this. I foam roll myself today since like if I was saying that in I know about these cycles that are occurring. I know about them. I see all the truth, and I try to be as transparent as I can to mirror that into you. Because, like I said, go back into my videos. I was sitting in this freaking bench here like a few, I don't know, years, months ago, talking about foam rolling. Because on that day I was foam rolling myself since a long time. Now it's the same freaking damn thing here again. So either way, I'm just like a freaking routine guy, and I can't get out of my own way. I can't get out of my own freaking illusions. I can't get out of my own truth, out of my own things that I'm constantly doing to myself. Or, like I said, or it could be both, that I'm just there are cycles to anything, to everything. Look at nature, look at culture, and then, like I said, like get into routines and then break them. Do cycles, create new cycles, and that's just how we get into spirals. Like how you spiral up, how you spiral down, how you spiral in every direction, So yeah, like take care about your avatar, take care about your body. Your body equals your temple. Like, it's not hard. You just can do paida lajin, then get even like into a harder paida lajin. Unblock yourself, because all blockages are diseases. And you can do this, and then it's like, it's not about that you fast or yes, it's balance, fast and feast. Eat all the shit and then just stop eating. This is what nature does, basically, naturally to you. But when we live in this culture, that's why I say culture is the virus to itself. Like it brings out of it. There's no balance to it anymore. There's no balance. Everything just becomes such a rush, It's like you just go like this, like. And this is what culture does to our avatars. Well, I'm strong enough in order to stand above it and be like, you know what? That's not the original thing. I know better. And I practice better. But yeah, why do I even like talk about it? Because I'm probably like out of balance too. It's like I could invest my time into like teaching people that. But sometimes, like I said, it's like, this is freaking. I mean, I like it. I have the rooms where I can do it. I enjoy it. But it's also sometimes very much annoying, and because, yeah, I mean, gets into the human design again, right? It's like, well, it is probably in my design that I wanted to mirror myself into here, so here I am. Yeah, is it beneficial? I don't know, like, is it beneficial to teach anything? Yeah, it's pulling something into a specific direction, but yeah, that's why I also realized, it's not really about what I speak. It's about, but it's also about that. But like I said, because I am these things, it doesn't really matter when I open up my mouth. But I just continuously now open up my mouth. It's better for me because I learn to just like, let it flow, just speak, also then with other beings. And also like, this is how I deliver. I deliver constantly, like you will not make me shut up. It's like, why? Like, I'm just this crazy idiot who's talking to himself. That's how it is. Don't take it so seriously, but you better listen to me. Like, this is how it is. It's like, hey, you open up all these other Black Mirrors, and it's like, don't you freaking see what's going on? They all bobble around, and you believe it. You believe it. You believe the fucking games. It's a game show, y'all. It's a game. I realized that a long time ago. And I was like, okay, what can I do about it? I open up my mouth too. It's like, I just speak against it. Like, not against it, rise against, you know, like, I rise above it, and I speak from freaking here to all these lower occurrings over there. Get it? It's not like that I say I'm above you, but it's like, I mean, I observe that, and there you have my freaking crown, yo. You get it? It's like, this is I freaking don't look at my mirror, but listen and look at the fractals that I spit out. I'm the freaking Blair Witch Project. Yeah, I'm hacking, I'm whizzing, I'm wising the whole freaking program with my knowledge, because this is how it is. You know, I gazed into the information. I am the information. I connected myself to nature, and there you have me. Now I gaze my information right directly into the freaking grid. That's what I do. So this is why how we restructure the whole freaking grid. And I was seeing all these symbols that I had in my room, you know, this how was that, like, this guy's name. I was showing you that pic on one of my live streams way like 1 year ago or something. Like this, you have this grid space, and then you have like this meditating Buddha, where you only see his cardiovascular and his nervous system. What's his name again? I don't know, but you see, like, I see these symbols and these pictures, and it's not like that, oh, this guy's tripping around like 24/7. No, but I dissolve myself out of this construct where you're like, oh, you see that? There it stands. It's like, oh yeah, I see that also. I see it probably in the first place way clearer than your like clogged up eyes. And secondly, I can read, but I can also like decode and connect it to different things that you can also do that. Everybody does that. But either way, you're not like transparently talking about it, or you're just like doing it subconsciously, and you cannot like pull it really into existence. And then when you start to connect the puzzle pieces, you realize I am the freaking missing puzzle piece. That's how it is. That I am the missing puzzle piece. And there you have me, you know, there you have me. You better listen to this freaking tard in front of the Black Mirror who's giving you the source code to your own consciousness. If you would like to have it, I mean, like, if you do not like to have it, if you're like, okay, like, I constantly do what they feed me with, it's like, who are they? One more time, I don't know them. They're freaking ghosts. Most of you have, and I'm not saying that they are not existing. They exist, of course, but they literally control people's minds. And they, like, most beings just don't want to accept that fact. It's like, no, because, like, haven't you listened to the scientific research? I'm like, yes, I've read that. But I know my freaking avatar. I know how my freaking body functions in the first place. I know how my mind functions, yo. And this is what is it's always more true and more sourced and more original than any of these shit ass informations that you get from the Black Mirror, including my own voice that you're listening to. But see, this mind control at its finest. Still, nobody really wants to accept that fact. It's like, not mind control. Like, you think they control me? I'm like, yes. Like, as you can see here, they are like, what are controlling all of us? Because the problem is in the first place that you should not fucking go to any group and be like, oh, I identify myself with that group because I'm too weak to stand up for myself. Like, fuck all of these groups. Like, you have an own mind, you have an own body. Go teach your freaking self. You have the access now to every type of information on the freaking internets, the ether grids, which you had even before, but you didn't know how it worked. I didn't know also, but I researched. I was like, okay, there is codes in nature. Urine therapy, sun gazing, fasting. Like, yo, these things all occur naturally if you would live in an environment which is natural. But because we live in society, we don't have that anymore. So nobody really has a gut feeling or like clear minds. So this is why I'm here. I'm like, yo, I'm just telling you, go tap into your own source and be like, listen to your own self. But no, all you do is this, they told me. I'm like, fuck them. Literally, fuck them. They don't exist. Only you exist. Now, if you know you exist, then you can go out and join a certain group. Then you can find like-minded people. Then you can be like, okay, what do I want to do? And I have a plan. It slowly develops, you know. And this, like, YouTube mirror talking, balking is part of my journey. It's like, yo, this tends to be myself. I'm like, yo, you just can't listen to my voice. If you have nothing to do in your life, you just listen to me. And that's a good decision, because you better listen to me instead of all these other things. But I'm also like, why would I ever think that I have something for you that is like, I mean, I have something I only speak from experience. I can speak these things because I know them, because I'm doing it. And I'm sharing it for free. So this information is freaking godlike. That's it. But maybe you just think, well, this guy is, I don't know. It's like, whatever. Well, don't take my Black Mirror so seriously. Whatever. You try to help beings, and then in the end they rip all of your information like apart and be like, yeah, he said this and he said that. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really matter what I said. It just only matters how you work with it and what it has done for you. And like, I know, like my information, like, I know my information helps a lot. Like, I save you literally more money with what I say. I give you more time. I help you to develop your outlook, your consciousness. And this is part of like New Earth. It's like New Earth. Well, it's part of your self. Just work better with your own like perceptions of life, But yes, like I said, what do I know? I know everything. No, I just enjoy this. My body was sometimes so freaking clogged up with shit, like literally, and foam rolling is so great. It's like, because I do so many things, I'm like, yo, and then I do something and I'm like, yeah, this is the freaking best. This is the best. Yeah, do a mixture, but in the end, listen to your freaking intuition, listen to your gut feeling, like, and use your brain, use your mind. That's why you have one, right? I mean, be original. you know, that's what you should do, and that's what I am like. So I'm going to grab myself and my girl like a few Asia like imbiss, you know, like what is imbiss, like snacks. And then when I've done that, I'm going to first I'm going to the gasoline station. Like, oh, this guy is crazy. He gives us all his information about his private life. It's like, yo, you know what? I'm a freaking open source. That's what everyone should be and do. But still, and that's the future. You know, it is the future because you have not really understand the Black Mirror. It's like, oh, now they have access to me. I'm like, you think they observe you? Well, that's the problem with your perception in the first place, because it's not this way. It's that you by yourself restructure the whole freaking thing with your types of information that you give. It's like, oh, now they know everything about me. I'm like, yeah, but if you give people their freaking power back, which is in themselves, like, and you can charge it. Hey, you better shut up. And if you know you can charge yourself with everything, like, like, yo, this information is way too powerful, and this is why it is so good to share it. You know, it's original, it's truth. So it's not connected to any moonies, and then you get into the moonies. You get into the things that you deserve. You get into, like, but in the first place, I mean, your body is your temple. Your body is your freaking vessel. So take care about it. Kemetic yoga, paida lajin, slap yourself, foam rolling. That's all for free. You just get into 1 or 2 tools, and it's like, yo, move yourself, get in the sun, drink more water. If you're ready for it, drink some urine. That's it, you know. I love all of you. Truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance.